How to set boundaries and say no. Say no. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. Ooh, that skill of setting boundaries and saying no has been probably the most difficult skill that I have had to learn as a former people pleaser. And in this video, okay, in this video, we're going to talk about exactly what I did that helped me and has helped me say no to anything and anyone that doesn't align with what I want to do with my most authentic self. If you are a people pleaser, which I'm assuming you are if you're watching this, first, I just want you to know I only use that term people pleaser so that you can identify with the personality trait, but you are not actually a people pleaser. I don't want you to actually identify yourself with that label. I say, oh, I used to be a people pleaser because that was the habit that I did, but that was not who I was. It was just a habit that I had of caring about what other people thought of me and prioritizing their needs above mine. So I just want you to know that you are not a people pleaser in the sense that that is the identity that you were born with, that you are stuck being a people pleaser, because you are not. You are not. You just have a habit of people pleasing, but anytime you can change that. So I just want to clarify that first and foremost. Okay. So got my notes on the screen. I turned on the camera immediately today and I did not go over my notes. So we're going to be a little bit scattered, but I have been off my filming game and I just had to force myself to film. I could not procrastinate it any longer. Okay. So we're going with it. All right. Why you struggle with saying no? Why did I struggle with saying no? Why? It is because at one point in our lives, somebody tried to guilt you, somebody tried to guilt me for setting boundaries, okay, for saying no to them because they wanted to, whether it was consciously or subconsciously, they wanted to control us. Because the more you say yes to what they want, right, they can control you. The more they use guilt of you're being selfish. If they try to guilt you and make you feel bad for saying no and setting boundaries, they can control you. Because anytime you try to assert your boundaries and advocate for your needs, when it goes against what they want, and they can utilize guilt, make you feel guilty, make you feel bad for doing so, they're going to be able to control you. Okay. One of the things that I had to embrace that it was an emotion that I never allowed myself to feel because I thought it was wrong and I thought it was bad was anger. And I had to allow myself to get angry, angry that somebody tried to guilt me for prioritizing myself, for taking care of myself, for saying no to them, for setting boundaries. I had to get angry. I had to get angry because when you start getting angry at someone or something, you actually start to take your power back. Oh my God, there's a hair. This is going to bother me. Okay. Come on. All right. You have to get angry. And all the people pleasers I know do not. Oh my God. Come on. Oh, I got it. Okay. Do not allow themselves to get angry because part of it, part of the guilt that was put on you was when you get angry, they whoever again consciously or subconsciously try to control you with guilt, they know that when you get angry you are more powerful because that's when you actually start to advocate for your needs. So a lot of people pleasers, myself included, struggle with the idea that anger is a bad emotion and that it's a wrong emotion, that you shouldn't feel anger. No, no. Anger is an amazing emotion. It's an empowering emotion. Now, do you want to stay angry? No, but you need it in moments so that you do not let other people walk over you. Do not let other people guilt you. So, what I'm telling you is that you need to get angry that people try to guilt you for saying no to them or asserting your boundaries just because you don't want to do what they want you to do. Screw that. They're being selfish. They need to take care of their own needs. That is not your responsibility. Your only job is take care of your needs. Okay. So get angry that somebody ever tried to use guilt to control you and make you feel bad that you should, God forbid, take care of yourself. Who else is going to take care of you? Not them. Obviously, all they want to do is influence you to do what they want you to do. Now, I say this with the understanding that not everybody's doing this intentionally, consciously, or maliciously, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they are trying to manipulate and control you. Okay. So you are the only one that is responsible for saying no and for setting boundaries, for advocating for your needs. And anybody at this point from now on, anybody who tries to guilt you for taking care of yourself, screw them. Screw them. For me, the person that tried to guilt me was my mom. She wanted to control me, and she did for majority of my life. And here's the thing. I can hold space and say, screw you to my mom. She's also my best friend to this day. I can hold that space and say, screw you. No, you do not get to control me. Anytime you put guilt on me, goodbye. I'm walking out the door. However, I can also hold space and love her because I do love her. I think she's amazing. I love her. And we go to lunch, we hang out, we talk on the phone. I love her. I do. I absolutely love her. But as soon as the guilt comes in, immediately I get angry in my head. I don't say it out loud, but in my head, I say, I go, screw you. No, you cannot control me anymore. And I just tell her no. But I have to get angry. I have to get internally get angry. And what I do is I transform that anger. I don't take it out on anybody by cursing them out or getting reactive. I never get reactive, but I feel the anger. I allow the anger to be there. And I transform that anger into setting boundaries and saying no calmly and rationally and seemingly unbothered. And so what that might look like is, no, thank you. But the only way that I'm able to say no, thank you like that is because inside I am on fire. I'm feeling so much anger. And that is what motivates me to say no and set boundaries when it is uncomfortable. So you have to allow yourself to get angry at anybody who tries to make you feel bad or make you feel guilty for asserting your boundaries. Why would you neglect and sacrifice yourself to make somebody else happy when they should be taking care of themselves and allowing you to take care of yourself? If you're watching this, I know for a fact that you don't expect other people, well, hopefully, to take care of your needs. You're probably the person who's over giving. And you're like, well, how do I take care of you, not asking anyone to take care of you, right? So allow other people to take responsibility for themselves. You take responsibility for yourself. Anyone who tries to guilt you, shame you, or make you feel bad, get angry. Get angry and transform that anger into a calm, you calmly setting boundaries and saying no. I do not advocate for being emotionally reactive externally and cussing somebody and going off on them and trying to start a fight. I don't advocate for that at all. The best thing that you can do is just say no or no thank you in a very calm state, and you can have a big smile on your face. That's what I like to do because it terrifies people. You're just like, no, they're so uncomfortable. Sorry, there's something in my throat. I don't know. I just get so much enjoyment out of that because I'm like, you try to control me. Not anymore. Or you can just say it with a straight face, a serious face, so they know you're not joking around. No, that does not work for me. No, thank you. So you have to allow yourself to get angry. Anger is not a bad thing. Anger is not a bad thing. It's an amazing thing because you can utilize that anger to advocate for yourself, to stand up for yourself, to not let people walk over you or to allow mistreatment or unfair whatever towards you. No, no, we're done with that. And that starts from understanding that anger is an amazing and powerful tool that society has tried to tell you is bad to keep you in your little box that is easy to control. Because as soon as you get angry, you can't be controlled. And that terrifies people. You no longer want to be controlled. I no longer want to be controlled. I'm over that life, and so are you. So let's move on. And anger is a great thing. You are allowed to be angry. Get angry. Okay. I had a list of key points that I was going to go off of, but I want to just sit with that idea today that anger is a powerful, incredible, amazing tool because that's something that really, when I switch my mindset from anger is bad, anger means that I am not a good person or that I am not emotionally responsible, to no, anger is a very powerful and useful tool that's going to allow me to not get mistreated. My life changed and setting boundaries got so much easier. Again, I still practice emotional control and calmness when I set boundaries. I never yell. I don't get defensive. I just, no, this doesn't work for me. Thank you. But again, I had to allow myself to get angry at the person or the situation that I felt like was trying to guilt me or shame me or make me feel bad for asserting my own boundaries. No, no. So I'm going to leave it at that today. And I need you to instill this in your brain, write it down, put it in your phone, text it to yourself. Anger is a good thing. I am allowed to be angry. I am allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be angry. You got permission. You have permission. Okay. You do. You do.